All right, hello and welcome to Just Like Me. I'm here with Annette Oliver. Those of you who come to the evening, the 5:30 p.m. Pacific time live meetups will know. I want to call you Disco Ball Annette because I got to tease you about that now, even though it was only one time.
That must have been so distracting to you. I apologize.
It's okay. I don't want you to feel bad about that. It's a joke. I want us to laugh about it.
Well, I got it right, and I'm here now. I don't know.
Like, what was that? That was so weird.
Wasn't it? Only thing I can think of is maybe I had another window open or something that was sort of stealing my thunder.
I have no idea what that was.
It was weird.
It's like, when you can, I don't know if you've ever gone on Google Hangouts and stuff, and you can put like things on your head and stuff like that. It was like everything was going on for you on your screen. And I felt bad for you. And you know what else? I felt like, not even secretly, but openly, I felt like, thank God that's not happening to me. Because I would have been freaking out.
It was very distracting.
Relaxed.
I did not get
on the screen. Is like
I know. I didn't get much out of my meditation that night. I'll tell you that much.
You were worried.
Yeah. It was. I was worried about it, but it worked out. And I've gone back and done. I don't know if I went back and did that meditation, but on my own, recorded, and it went really well.
That's good. It was fine, but it was pretty funny. This is Annette, and so we usually start these interviews. I don't know the answer to this question because I've just been getting to know you over the last couple of months, few weeks in the live meditation classes. So, how did you come to yoga? What were your beginnings? I'm curious.
Well, I found you on YouTube. Because anytime I think anybody wants to know how to do something these days, they go on YouTube.
You can learn anything there. It's amazing.
Right. So that's how I found you originally. And I've always secretly, for a very long time, been interested in yoga. But I have something to share with you. I've lost 190 pounds.
Really?
Yes. I am almost 3 years post-op from gastric sleeve surgery.
Wow.
And
what does that mean, gastric sleeve surgery? Tell us what that means.
I had weight loss surgery. Okay. I had a doctor surgically removed part of my stomach because I was 342 pounds. And I had elected to have the surgery. And I was medically, I made the decision, but then I had to be medically safe, for surgery. I was 47 at the time. I'm 49 now. I'll be 50 in July, and it'll be 3 years in June that I had the surgery.
Wow. Amazing.
And it absolutely saved my life.
No kidding.
And I am now a vegan, and I'm a yoga enthusiast.
So, holy cow.
I know.
That's like, okay, you never told me that before.
No. And you know what? I wasn't quite sure I was going to share it, but when you ask that question, how do you come to yoga? I can't answer that question without telling you that I've lost that much weight because...
is that why you sought it out? Did you seek it out after surgery?
I did. Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Because the doctor, he said to me, he wanted me to exercise, but he said, you have to find something that you like to do. Because if you don't want to get on a treadmill or you don't like getting on a treadmill, you'll never get on a treadmill. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but you have to like it too.
I have an opinion on a treadmill, so if you want to.
Do you? Yeah.
Yeah, I can get on a soapbox about a treadmill, but.
Right. I prefer taking a walk outside.
Exactly.
Right. Exactly.
Okay, so go on. But anyway, go on.
So yoga always interested me.
Okay.
And I wanted to do it because it, for exercise, for movement, I've never been athletic, and I thought it was something that I could do.
Right.
So, and that's why I do it. But in finding you, because there's a lot of yoga on, there's a lot of yoga on YouTube, and I like the teachings that you do. That's what attracted me, were your teachings. and the style, and I could do it, and I feel successful, and I enjoy it very much. And it isn't just about, for me, hopping on the mat. I'm kind of really getting into the lifestyle piece of it, and I'm excited to come to my mat every day.
Mm-hmm. Because there would have been a big lifestyle change, I'm guessing, after your surgery.
Big lifestyle change, yeah. My life
is there support for you in that? Like, or was it just, okay, it wasn't just like surgery and, okay, good luck.
No. 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 As a matter of fact, the doctor is pretty fantastic. He is only a phone call, literally only a phone call away. If I email him, he immediately, within a half hour, would call me back if I was having pain or an issue. But
you're literally becoming like a whole new person.
Yes. Yeah. And I'm very dedicated.
Like mentally and emotionally, energetically, like how was it to make that shift?
It's a lot. It really, well, I feel fantastic. I was very into it, really. I was very ready for it. And very open to creating a new life for myself, really.
Yeah, because it would have been a whole new life.
A whole new life. And, having that much extra weight on me, I was very cut off from the sensations of my body.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I just ate. I ate in reaction to everything. Food was relaxation. Food was entertainment. Food was my depression. Food was excitement. Food was everything. I didn't know how to, it just was everywhere in my life all the time.
Right.
And now it's not. So I've had to relearn. And that's really what the surgery did, is that it literally, it takes food almost out of the equation completely, really. I only had a few things I could eat, and I had to reintroduce, because what happens is the doctor goes in, he went into my stomach with like laparoscopically, and literally cut my stomach, and it cuts and staples at the same time. So it's very quick. And then he, does whatever else he has to do, to make it happen. He has to move your liver, and it's a whole process. And so put me back together, and but that portion of my stomach is removed from my body. So my stomach is the shape of a banana or a sleeve, like a tube. But it didn't reroute anything. So food goes in the same way and it comes out the same way. So that's what attracted me to that surgery. But I had to relearn, to slow down and to chew my food and to be more in tune with my body, which also is where yoga comes in, because I'm really learning to be in tune with, you've talked about subtle feelings in your body, subtle, just, do you know what I'm
well, I'm just all of a sudden it's like click, 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 click. No wonder the somatic meditation is like so attractive to you.
Yes.
Because you're starting to rewire your brain and your nervous system and everything to actually be able to feel what's happening in your body.
Yes. It's been huge. And, the other day I did one by myself in the afternoon. I wasn't overtired, and I did it. And I felt amazing. When I woke up, I had, because sometimes some of the girls talk about feeling vibrations or feeling the way that they connected to themselves. And I won't always feel that. And so I'll be thinking to myself, okay, I don't feel that. Why don't I feel that? I want to feel that. And I get myself, I got to.
Yeah.
I actually did. I was actually, when I woke up, I felt my body was, I can't describe it other than a vibration, a very slight vibration. And I'm getting more and more in tune with going deeper.
Yeah.
and how I truly feel physically, emotionally. It all, I think that's what I'm getting from yoga and the meditation is sort of that, the mind-body connection.
Right. Yeah.
I never had. I didn't learn it as a child.
Right. Yeah. Well, I think a lot of, as children, it's often taught out of us, and it's part of socializing. So, it's not really a matter of blaming our parents for it. If we weren't socialized in this way, our society would just be a mess, really. But, it's like, we're taught to, stop crying, and which is good, right? Because otherwise there'd be 3-year-olds having temper tantrums like ad nauseum in shopping malls, or we're taught to like finish all the food on our plate, which again is good. Otherwise, a family wouldn't be able to function as a family, right? You have to sit down and eat your dinner, and then, okay, now it's time for the family to do something else. So there's good reasons for these things, but at the same time, they do teach you to override your body and what's actually happening in your body. So yeah, and as adults, we have to relearn these things, I think, to connect with our body and really listen to our body again. Yeah.
So that's what's been happening.
Exciting. So exciting.
And it's just nice to be able to, it's little things, my feet I had plantar fasciitis, which is one of the things that brought me to the surgery too. I couldn't walk. One of my left foot was so inflamed, I couldn't bear weight on it. And I'm a teacher assistant. I work in an elementary school, and I love my job, and I couldn't walk. And I called my principal in tears, and I said, I can't do my job. And she, I think there was 22 days left of the school year, and I used sick time. I took the rest of the year off. She was in agreement. She said, you know what, I understand. You need to rest, get off that foot, because the only thing really you can do for it is to get off of it, right, to let it rest.
Yeah.
And that was when I started the process for weight loss surgery. And that was in May of 2014.
Wow.
Yeah. Or April. Yeah, May. Would have been May.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So not that long ago, really.
No, not that long ago.
Yeah.
Did I say 13? 2000 it's going to be 3 years this June.
3 years, yeah.
Yeah.
Almost like right when we moved out here.
Really?
Yeah, and I feel like I remember when we were moving, it was it felt like a lot of people were going through it was a big time of change. It was a big time of transformation. People were like, you were going through that. You were moving. A lot of people were moving. People were changing jobs and things. It was kind of a big shift up time.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
Interesting. That's
I
interesting.
remember that.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So
well, fortunately.
Pardon?
It went well, fortunately for me.
Yeah, it has gone well.
Yeah.
Very well.
Yeah. And I'm very dedicated to it.
I see that.
Yeah. I'm very dedicated to keeping the weight off, because really, I mean, where do you go from here? If I start gaining that weight back, I mean, I think that would be tragic, really.
Yeah, and it would be, I'm curious how you've done that, because I think it's so unusual to actually be in your situation where you've turned it around, where you didn't go back to the old habits.
No.
Actually, like, it sounds like it was just like that was a line in the sand for you and a decision you made, and it was like, okay, this is my new life and I'm not going back there.
Yeah. Yeah. That was it. It just got that bad. It just got that bad. I just couldn't, I literally could not take another day, another minute of it. I just couldn't. And I went into that surgeon's office. We talked, and I put a lot of thought into it. I did all my homework. I knew exactly what I was getting into. At that point, I just had to be sure that I was medically safe to have it done. So we began the process, and I was, thank God. But I walked out of his office, and I just said to myself, you know what? This is it. I am seeking medical intervention for my obesity.
Yeah.
It is time to change. And I lost 38 pounds before I even had the surgery.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, the before time was really difficult because I was so hungry, and trying to change those habits on my own was difficult. But I knew the surgery was looming, when I was going through the steps and everything I had to do. And then I had the surgery, and then every day was better than the day before. And I had a good attitude, because I think mental attitude is everything. And I wanted it so much.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The making a decision and willpower is huge, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I remember when I met my migraine doctor for the first time. And I think there's such a I think medical intervention is so important. And I think in the health or, wellness or holistic communities, it really gets poo-pooed on. There's a real place for it, as we're seeing with your story. And I know in my own life, it's been huge. And I remember when I went in to see my migraine doctor, and he said, and I'd been under the care of a neurologist prior to meeting the migraine doctor. And he told me, we had our meeting, and he was trying to figure out what was going on, why I was having so many migraines. And it came down to the fact that I was being overprescribed a certain medication, and they were actually causing the migraines at that point. And I decided at that point that I was going to just stop. Like I was not going to take those meds anymore, right? But then the headaches got really, really, really bad, like the worst migraines ever. But it is like you, right? You were more hungry than ever, right?
Yes, yeah.
It was like I made that decision. Like I was on board. Like if that's what's causing it, I'm going to stop it, right?
Right.
The decision. And I remember when I went back to see my migraine doctor, and he had a protocol he was going to put me on to help me wean off these drugs.
Oh wow.
But even that's just my personality. I was like, our next appointment was 6 weeks later or whatever. I was already off the drugs, and he's like, I could have helped you with that.
Nope.
I was like, those are the problem I was getting off. Meanwhile, I've been to hell and back those last 6 weeks with the pain.
That's debilitating.
But I get it though, right? It's like, it's the same thing, right? It's like it's that decision point, right? And I think you hear people talk about those, right? What's the decision point?
Right. Well, right. Exactly. How bad is this going to get?
Yeah.
Right.
When you hit those rock bottom points.
Yeah. And a headache. I mean, you can't, I'm sure you can't take your head off a pillow. It very interrupts your life, I'm sure.
Yeah. You can't. Yeah. Well, yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So it sounds like you had a lot of support, and you came through that with support, how to make lifestyle changes and everything.
Yeah. This doctor's office, they're good. I was checked. I was in the hospital for 4 days, and then checked after a week or 2 weeks. And then it went to monthly, and then it went to 6 weeks, 8 weeks, and so on. And then now I'm just checked yearly, but he's only a phone call away. If I'm having an issue, I can just call.
Yeah. That's amazing.
But I'm very, like I said, very dedicated,
Yeah. That's great.
I have this sleeve, and I have to honor it, and I have to, live my life accordingly, and it doesn't rule my life.
Well, I can see that too, because you're making choices. Like, it's not like you're relying on it, because now you're tuning into your body and listening to the cues of your body. Right.
Because now is the time I could start gaining the weight back. Now is the time. If I go back, because somebody asked, the doctor, and when I was in one of those support meetings, they said, does the sleeve stretch? And he said, no. He said, it does. Your stomach does not stretch. He said, it's old habits that make the weight come back on. You don't return to old habits, you will be fine. You will keep the weight off. So I really took that to heart, and I have made changes that have been lasting changes. Conscious changes. I weigh myself every day. I drink water. I don't drink soda. I don't eat junk food. I eat no junk food. I eat whole food, plant-based. period. You know, I do indulge in a little chocolate, and I only eat that 88% cacao. There's only like 4 grams of sugar. I mean, I never would have touched this before, but it's my sweet now. And fruit. I eat a lot of fruit and vegetables, and so it is. It's a huge lifestyle change. Yeah. But yoga has been instrumental, really, in. I just can't describe it. I just love it so much and how I feel.
Okay, so let's talk about the yoga then. Yeah, I want to talk about that. I mean, you kind of just hit me with that huge. That was like you dropped a bomb on me there.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, it's good. I'm really glad I thank you for being so open.
It's my pleasure. I love it. I love talking about it. I just love talking about it. It's made a huge difference, and if it helps somebody, great. You know, and I'm into nutrition now. You know, I really like eating well.
It feels good, right?
Yes. My energy level is huge.
Yeah.
So it's good.
It would have to be working with the kids. What age group do you work with?
Special needs, grade 1 and 2.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And you know, now you never know when I have to break out into a run, you know, and I do it sometimes, you know, and I tell
you got some runners?
Yeah. They're just not listening, kind of just going, doing their own thing. And every now and then I'm running.
So no more plantar fasciitis?
No, it went away.
Just went away?
Went away, yeah. It was because of the weight.
So you think it was just like bearing too much weight on your frame, on your sole of your foot?
I do, yeah.
On your fascia?
Yeah, right? So I have those balls too. I bought them, the little
squash balls.
Yeah, the little squash ball with the yellow, with the yellow dots. Yep. Yeah. And I want to get more into that. That's something I want to get more into.
Yeah. Are you gonna do the? I don't know if you saw it. I put up the other day in February. I challenged people to do it every night before bed. The foot series.
The foot series.
Yeah. Yes. So you watch that a few times, you'll be able to memorize it. I mean, or you do it with the video a few times, you'll memorize it. And there are a few of us that do it every night before bed. And just, I'd be interested for those people that pick it up as a nightly habit, doing it before bed. It doesn't take but a minute or two once you've memorized it. Mm-hmm. To see, how it affects your sleep, how you feel, how it affects your digestion, how it affects your muscles. I mean, I notice the difference when I do it when I wake up. I mean, I do it every night now, but I can really notice the difference in the morning. It's like I've started my practice at night.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's not like I'm waking up as stiff, things like that.
Right. Yeah, I would be interested in that. I think it would be good for my feet because I'm on my feet all day.
Yes.
And I wear good shoes. I do wear good shoes. But no, I don't have the pain that I had before. I'm 5'9" and I weigh 155 pounds, which is very different than being 5'9" and 340, whatever pounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah.
So you started, do you want to talk about the foam roller? Because you had a question about that, and then we'll go back to the yoga.
Sure. I wanted to show you the foam.
So you got a foam roller. Where'd you get that one?
I got this one from, I think Amazon.
Okay. And how did you choose that one?
Because I chose it because it said soft. I think it said soft.
It did say soft foam roller.
Yeah, but it's not. I can't bend it.
Yeah. So mine, I can actually do that.
Yeah. See, I can't do that. Mine looks like yours, but I can't. I can't bend it. I can't do what you're doing.
Okay. So
I think when I lay on it, no. See, I can't push it in.
And I can even hear like yours, and it sounds hard. Like, see mine. Okay, so.
Yeah, I can't.
It sounds harder.
It is. That's got to be.
Was it a big outlay of money?
No, I think it was 32 or so. It wasn't.
It's not bad.
Not too bad,
So I think the ones that are like when you're getting the higher quality ones that are softer.
Okay.
And that aren't gonna like mess with your soft tissue. You're looking more at like $60. And I've linked to those ones.
Okay.
On the site. And the reason is this tissue up and around here, and even down and around your pelvis, it's pretty, it's kind of not fragile. It's not as dense as tissue. Like you could probably use that foam roller on your hamstrings.
Okay.
Just fine, because that's dense tissue, even probably on your quads. But on the thinner tissue, the more fragile tissue, I think it's too much. You'll just end up hurting yourself.
Yeah, I would go down my back with it, and I thought, this feels a little uncomfortable. I don't think it's supposed to hurt.
Yeah, it's not supposed to hurt. It's supposed to feel good. So what you can do with that one until you get a better one, and I think it's worth the investment, right? Because
I'll hop right on Amazon and get it. I noticed yours says melt on it.
Yeah, so I ordered mine from Stu Hitzman. So if you if you don't want to mess around and you want to make sure you get the right one, just order from the Melt store.
Melt store, okay.
Yeah, because we know for sure these ones are right.
Okay.
Although the other one that I've got listed there, other people from the membership site have ordered those, and they're the knockoff of these. We know that too, and they're a little less money.
And they're soft.
And they're soft.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for answering that question for me, because I wanted to get more into the connective tissue stuff, but this wasn't working.
What you can do with that one in the meantime is wrap a towel around it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that will work. It's a little awkward, and it's still not quite as soft, but it will tie you over for sure.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, because it's nice to get into that connective tissue, those connective tissue practices.
Right. Right. Well, there's so much on your website, so much I can do. And so it's good.
So tell us what you do. Where did you start? You said you looked on YouTube. What was your entry point?
Well, I went on YouTube, and I would watch the videos. I wasn't quite ready to do them, so I would watch them and just get familiar. And I don't make decisions quick. I kind of like to do my homework. Mm-hmm. And I just liked watching you. I liked what you said. I just like to learn. Mm-hmm. And then I made the decision to join your website after doing some of the YouTube videos. And I was still, on the heavier side, but I could do it. And then I think I'm going to be a year soon as a member in maybe March. I think I joined in March. And I joined, and I floundered a little bit when I first joined. Trying to navigate the site.
It's tricky.
And then my husband's mother passed, so that was so I kind of put it on hold. I was a member, but I wasn't doing much. And then my father-in-law came to live with us, and that's when I really started doing yoga, because I kind of needed.
It was like a good excuse to have an hour alone. It's my yoga time.
Yeah, exactly. I needed some time myself. So I was doing it in my bedroom, and there's also a studio down the street from my house. So I was going there too to get out of the house. Uh-huh. And then in August, my youngest, I have a 28-year-old son that has a baby, so I have a grandchild, and then I have twins that'll be 24 next week. And my daughter got married young, so she's out on her own. But my son just left for, he's finishing his undergrad in college. So he lived at home for 2 years and took a year off, and now he just moved out and went to live. So this is his bedroom that I'm in, but it's my yoga room.
Nice.
So I have this room where I can go and close the door. I have my mats on the floor all the time.
Nice.
And I love it. So now I only go to the studio once a week, and it's only because I love the teacher, and it's a restorative yoga class on Sunday nights that I do with her.
Nice.
Lovely young girl from Ireland, and I love her brogue, and she educates while she teaches, like lovely. You do. She's absolutely lovely, and so I do that. But the rest of it's at home with you. Yeah. Really. Because it was funny. A few weeks ago, I went to a class on a Monday morning because she was teaching on Monday. She teaches a Monday morning class, and I had the day off, so I went. And they advertised it. Anyways, it was a day off for a lot of people, so the class was packed, mat to mat.
Mm-hmm.
It was so. She said, "This is the biggest class I've ever taught. I can't believe it. We're going to make it partner yoga." And I said, "Ugh, what? What? Why am I here?"
Yeah.
So I did the class, got nothing out of it, and I pay $120 for 10 classes, which, you do the math. This is kind of a better
I know,
deal.
you
Your
guys,
website's a better
I
deal.
know people like, it's amazing that people won't shell out the money for the membership community. When you look at that's actually really cheap for a 10 class pass too.
Is it?
Yeah, think about it. It's $12 a class.
12. You're right. $12 a
crazy
class.
cheap,
Yeah.
right?
It is. Yeah. Yeah.
But then you look at the cost of the membership community your whole year.
Yeah.
I know.
I know.
You still have access to live classes and
yeah, absolutely. And I can, when I go to a yoga class, I'm kind of at the teacher's mercy. Really, I have to do whatever she. I may not really feel like that. I don't feel like partner yoga. What is this?
I know. Or like I know the worst thing, you get to the class and the teacher's like in this really energetic mood and you're exhausted and you're like, oh God, I'm never going to make it through this hour. Right. Or you get to the class and the teacher's exhausted and they're teaching this like completely restorative class and you're like, but I'm on fire today. I'm like so bored and
Yeah.
It's like, and then here the membership community is open 24/7. And as you say, we like choose from whatever class you want.
Yeah, whatever I'm in the mood to
even
do.
Even the best thing is when you have your best yoga experience, it's there forever archived and you can go back to it like your favorite class, right?
Yeah.
So what's your favorite class?
Totally.
Favorite?
I really, when I was moderating the DYC, that you did the 2 weeks of the same, I really enjoyed the spleen, that short spleen sequence.
Yeah. Is that from the morning series?
A lot. I'm sorry?
Was that from the morning series? I think it might have been.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
You think it is?
Let's
just go look at it in the DYC. That might be
pull
easier.
It up. Yeah, just pull it up. It's TCM morning sequence. It was the week of the 9th. No, yeah, it wasn't at the 9th? 9 to 15?
Well, it was the same those 2 weeks, right?
Those 2 weeks are the same, yeah. Yeah,
trusting a sustained practice and then trusting a repeated practice.
Yeah. And it was a quick little like 15 minutes maybe.
Yeah, recently those are the sort of, my internet is so slow. Oh, there it is. Those are spleen, morning sequences.
Yeah. And
then those are those little classes. So 23-minute class. I love those short classes for the morning.
Yeah. Oh, I just love. Oh, you know what? I loved that that hug with the sit up. And this, I love that shoulder thing. Threading the needle.
Yes.
Love that. I love that class. I was doing that every day.
Yeah, it's a nice little one.
It's a very nice class. I felt amazing after that. But yet I still had energy to add something else with it.
Yeah, so what else might you do with it? Because that's what I do too. I choose like a little short class and then I'll do a meditation or something with it.
That's exactly what I was doing. That. I was doing that and then a meditation.
Yeah, I like doing that in the morning too.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
And so that was very nice. And what else do I like? I am interested, actually. I did Ashtalakshmi. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, you like the Lakshmi series?
I did number 169.
Yeah.
And it made me want to do more.
Was that from when you did the DYC as well? Or did somebody talk about that on the forum recently?
I don't know how I found that. It might have popped up in my feed on YouTube. That's what happens sometimes too. Because I get your emails I'm
I don't
subscribed.
know how I find them anymore.
Exactly. I get the emails. I'm on you're on my YouTube. I subscribe to your vlog, the minutes, the
Membership minutes, yeah.
membership minutes. You're everywhere in my life, Melissa.
I know. I'm sorry. And we try to stay in contact with you and let you know about things. Now, Sadrine, I know, is doing the Lakshmi series, and she's talking about that on today's practice right now.
Okay.
And this is this spot where I am right now has all this series. So let's see where the Lakshmi.
You're just in the playlists.
I'm not in the playlist. Right where I am right now is, so I'll go back to the forum. If you scroll down from the beginning, so at the beginning is like, here's where you are if you first come in, and then there's, here's where you go where to get help, and then here's the meetup section, here's our interviews, and then here is the section where the videos are, that like the weekly videos. Mm-hmm. Now, we put together playlists of all the videos that I put out, and Tim might need to update this, but so these are all the Yoga with Melissa classes now. Okay. So there's the Lakshmi series. Okay. This is a nice little area that is here for you guys as members. I think it's even organized a little bit better than the YouTube playlists, because when you come to it, YouTube has this thing where it kind of does this continuous play, but here it's like a DYC, how it's embedded here. Right. So I think it's a little nicer. I think that's the thing about being a member, is we try to, I know the membership community is a little bit overwhelming, but we do actually try to curate the content for you so that it's easier to use. And I do know members that come in here and use this content are so skinny then. I was really sick then there too. That's why I was so skinny then. With your headaches? Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. That's when even Donna, my clothing sponsor, was like, good Lord, girl, put some weight on. So it was the, which one was it? 169, you said? Yeah. 66, 67, 68, 69. This one. There it is. Ashtalakshmi. Yeah. Oh, that one's about, that one's about the abundance of nourishment. Yeah, and you talked about nutrition a little bit, I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did. Yeah. I enjoyed that one a lot. And so I don't know how I came across that class, but like I said, it might have been in my YouTube feed or something, but sometimes I'll just I'll just sit on my couch with my laptop and just peruse your site with a notebook, and I'll just write down things that I want to try, classes that appeal to me. And I like that I can find a class if my back is sore, or if I want a strength class, or yesterday I did the class that's in the DYC about courage. I enjoyed that one. I think it was, might have been today's, I did it yesterday, or it was Wednesdays and I did Tuesday or whatever. That's a nice one. It is. Nicole's got you guys all doing the forgiveness series right now. Yes. And that's a really nice series. It goes through Jack Kornfield's teachings on forgiveness, which are beautiful. And I bought that book because I just love when you read from it. I haven't started it yet, but I bought the book. Anything by Jack Kornfield you can't go wrong with. Really? Oh, God. Have you read A Path with Heart? No, I haven't, but I will. If you recommend it, I will. I'll write it down. We should maybe read that one for book club. It's a good idea. What is it called? A Path with Heart. That book, I swear that book might have saved my life. A Path with Heart. Really? Oh, yeah. That one was, he's just one of the most beautiful people on this planet, beautiful teachers on this planet. Really? Yes. Does he teach yoga, or is he just meditation? Sure. Teaches loving kindness meditation. Which I love. Teaches mindfulness meditation. See, that's exactly, you can look up, he has loads of, I'm sure you can find tons of his Dharma talks too. Oh, right online? Yep. Yeah, that's what I love. I love the meditation. I love
just that whole mind body
Yeah.
connection has been it's been great for me.
Yeah. And, one time I found one of his talks on, I wonder if we can find one right now because it's really funny. It made me feel really good as a teacher.
Really?
Let's see if we can find him online right now. Because he gives talks, and I used to feel really self-conscious about having notes until I saw Jack Kornfield giving a talk. Because I don't know if you've seen him teaching before.
Interesting.
He has his notes spread all over around him. Oh, okay, this one isn't that bad. See, he has his notes with him here. Let's see once he gets going what happens to those notes, though. Oh, that's not him yet. Oh, here he is.
So what does he tour around and give talks?
He has his own retreat center. He's that's not really him, is it?
No. It doesn't look like him.
No. Let's see.
I'll definitely check him out.
Here he is with his notes, but he's looking very organized this evening here.
I have about a 25-minute ride to work in the morning, so
oh yeah,
I like to listen. Yeah,
maybe look him up on what app do you use for your audio ones?
Well, I have on my iPhone. I have SoundCloud or iTunes.
Yeah, look him up on iTunes. You'll find
I will.
some. But anyway, the talk I'm thinking of, he had papers spread around him like all this. And I was like, I'm so over worrying about having notes when I teach.
Right.
He's very bad at too. He's very creative, and yeah. So
interesting. Now, I wanted to ask you about that too. About you referred to him as being very Vata.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to figure out what my dosha was, and I think I'm a Pitta, but I'm not sure. Could that have changed after I lost weight? Can that change?
Yeah, it changes at different times in your life for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But you're really born with one constitution, and that kind of stays with you through your life. And you're usually a combination of two.
Okay.
So I'm definitely Vata Pitta, so I have fire and air in me. The Tim, my husband's very Kapha, but he's also Pitta. He's Kapha Pitta. Trin and Timothy, or Trim and Tim, my daughter too, is also very Kapha Pitta. So the two of them come together, both fire, and they're both like explosions.
She looks a lot like him too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. She's a very cute little girl. Tween.
Yeah. So so you think you're Pitta, you think you got a lot of fire in you? You've got a very athletic frame, actually.
Right, and I didn't always, but I do now. And I feel like there's been such a shift in my life.
Yeah.
I live differently then. I think that all that extra weight wasn't really who I was. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
It isn't really who I was.
Are you prone to colds, and do you get phlegmy?
Not really.
No?
A little bit, but not really.
Yeah, because Kapha people will tend to, like, Tim wakes up in the morning and he usually coughs and stuff like that. Like, that's pretty normal for him.
No, I don't do that. No, I don't. Yeah. I mean, I get colds because I work in an elementary school.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But no, it's not.
Kind of a given.
Yeah. Right. But no, I don't wake up every day and have to clear out. No.
Like, if you're going to get sick, what happens? Like, if I'm going to get sick, I'm going to get a headache.
Okay. If I'm going to get sick, I'll get a cold.
So you do have Kapha in you.
I do. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, that's kind of partly, you can look at like where you're. I also think that for one of our book club books, we should read Perfect Health, which is Deepak Chopra's book on the constitutions. It really helps you understand them, and I think people are interested in where their constitutions are.
Yeah, I'm very interested in that. I find it fascinating.
Yeah, I'm kind of like putting together a list of books that would be interesting to read.
Yeah, yeah. I find that interesting. And again, it's all part of that mind-body connection.
Yeah, I think it helps us to understand ourselves and also to let ourselves off the hook, and also how to help us find balance and harmony in our lives too. Right.
Right, right. And
So,
you're talking about having, seeking medical intervention, but then, now I'm interested in a holistic approach,
right. Yeah.
to sustain what the medical intervention. I couldn't have done I couldn't have done it without medical. I would have been still, because I had lost and gained large amounts of weight 3 times.
Yeah.
I lost 100 pounds of my own. I wasn't new to the game, but I
Yeah.
couldn't keep it off.
Right.
So the surgery is helping me. It helped me sustain it long, or get it off and sustain it long enough to make these lasting changes.
Right. Yeah.
But now I'm interested. Now the holistic stuff can
It's so
support
important.
me.
Oh, yeah. It's not that the other's not important. It's just that
Right.
there are times where medical intervention is important too. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And the Ayurvedic is so awesome because it teaches us how to bring balance and harmony into our lives. And I think knowing your constitution. So if you are very Vata, which means that you're just going to be so prone to anxiety, then you just know that, and you know that you have to do a lot to bring grounding to your life. You have to do a lot to bring
Yeah.
routine to your life. And I think
Yeah.
I think actually you're not really a case in point, but I think because I happen to be that constitution, I attract a lot of people with that constitution to my classes, right? Because they're like, oh, this is what I need,
Well, okay. So what did you say? So you think I'm Vata Pitta?
I think you're probably Kapha Pitta.
Kapha Pitta, and that's why I'm attracted to your classes. You think?
No, I think so. Then I think the Kaphas are attracted to the classes because they actually like to lounge.
Right. I don't like hot yoga. I don't like hot yoga. I like, what kind do we do? Hatha?
We do Hatha. Yeah.
Hatha yoga?
So now if there was one constitution that would be more suited to the hot yoga, it would be the Kaphas.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. So you guys in our membership community, the Kaphas, I should do a playlist for Kaphas. But there are classes. So let's just take a look. Lisa Kerr did the sun salutation class, which is a good one to do when you have the energy. There is I don't know what's happened to my internet now. Here it is. I'm curious what's on your list of classes that you want to try too. I'll show you a few classes that would be
Sure.
good. You've got that pitta in you too.
Right.
So you need to not get too competitive about it either, right?
Right.
Are you competitive by nature at all? Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Too.
Yes. Yeah.
So if I give you a list, you're going to be like, I'm going to do this.
Oh yeah. I would. My list is I wrote down 137 for patience, number 103.
Well, that's a good one for pittas.
What did you say?
Okay, yeah, let's hear your list. I'm curious about your list.
Yeah, I'm interested. These are ones that I wrote down recently. Number 263, to restore my energy.
That's a nice series, especially in winter.
Yeah, I was interested in that. A heart restorative. I wanted to look for. I did a heart restorative over the summer, and I haven't been able to find it. So I'm interested in finding that, so I have to do that. Number 254, nourishing your energy reserve series. I'm interested in that. Number 192, relaxation and stress relief. Then I'm interested in 137 for patience. These are just classes that I found that are on my list that I'm going to do.
Yeah.
103 for calmness.
Yeah.
279, changing radio station crazy. That's what I wrote.
Yeah, that's the inner critic series. You haven't done that yet?
No, I haven't done it yet.
Yeah, you need to start at the beginning of that series.
Okay.
Yeah, write inner critic beside that so you know.
Okay.
You might want to wait till the summer to do that one. Well, maybe you could do it, but it's like that's an intense series. That's some deep emotional work you're going to be doing with that one.
Okay, which it's good. I need to do that. And Oh yeah, and then 276, befriending your inner critic.
Oh, see, you've got two. Well, maybe you're ripe for that.
Maybe. I know, I wrote two of
Yeah,
them down.
befriending your inner critic is the first class in that series.
And you know what? The third one I wrote down. See, I was interested in that because the third one I wrote down was 277, awareness of the inner critic.
Oh, see, you're all set to go on that one. Sounds like you're ready for that series. You've got 3 classes from the inner critic series on there. It sounds like you're ready to go for it.
I guess so, yeah. And then of course I wrote down the Lakshmi class too.
Yeah.
See, this is what I do. I sit down with it and I take notes and I'm like, oh, that looks good. That looks good. I'll do that one. I'll do that one. Because when I'm ready to get on my mat, I want to, turn it on and go. I don't want to.
It's a good idea. Just to have a little spot where you write down what you think you want to do. So then when you get there, you just do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not fumbling around. I've already sort of done that piece, right? When I come to the mat, I'll check the DYC. I might do one of the quick classes. And if I have time, I'll take something off my list.
I love it. I've never heard that technique before. It's a really good one.
Oh, well, thanks.
Yeah. It's a new
because
one.
I don't always have a lot of time, You
don't when you come to the mat. It's always like I've got this like
chunk
60 minutes or 55 or 72. Like, and it's always like that right before work, right? Or before, as for me, it's before I got to get Trin up for school or before I got to post socials or right. It's
so
like
true. It's so true.
And it's down to the minute in the morning.
It is. It's true. And, I don't do my yoga in the morning because I leave my house at 6:45. So I get up and get ready and go. So my yoga time is in the afternoon, after school and when I come home from work. I'm an empty nester. I don't have any kids at home. So my afternoons are mine.
So even still, it's not like, but you must get hungry for dinner then.
Well, that's what happens. So I have lunch at school. And so I have an hour to hour and a half that's just mine where I'm not hungry because I don't want to eat, I eat my lunch at noon at work. Then I'll come home and I might have a cup of tea or coffee or a glass of water and then I'll get right to it. So I do all my chores in the morning before work. So I get that done. So when I come home, I don't have to make my bed or I don't have to, anything I wanted to, that's already done. And I'll get my meal, maybe have a cup of tea and then I'll get on the mat. I'll get my yoga pants on and I'll walk my dog. And I'll get my yoga pants on and come up to my yoga room and do my thing.
It's nice. I like the evening practices. Tim and I have been practicing in the evening and I find it really helps me sleep better.
Yes. Yeah. I like that too. And I might and then I'll do the Monday meditation. I've been enjoying that a lot. It's funny. My husband's funny. He'll say to me, he'll like, oh, you have meditation now. You're going to get upstairs.
So he's trained now. He knows.
He's trained. He knows. He's fine with it. It worked out good when it was Monday Night Football, but that's coming to an end. But, I'll still be doing it.
Any chance he's going to join us?
I told him, I said, tonight? I said, you come up and say hi. I don't think he's home yet.
No, for Monday night meditations.
Oh, Monday night meditation. Probably not. But I bet I could teach him some of the fascia stuff with the ball.
Yeah. Get him in there. Yeah.
Yeah. I might be able to get him into that. And his shoulder bothers him. So maybe after I get the soft foam roller, I could show him some of that too.
Do the hand one for his shoulder. Start with the hand connective tissue one.
Okay.
Yeah. Because that one will help his shoulder.
It will. I'll let him know that. That's a class I can look up?
Yeah, I'll show you. So you've done the foot one, right?
Yes.
So there's a hand one too. So we'll go back to we're in the short classes right now.
The foot one was, I think wasn't that, that's been on the DYC.
It shows up a lot. We should probably put the hand one on more often. Because the hand maps out your whole body too, but the foot maps out your whole body. So I think we put that one on a lot. So there's a hand connective tissue class as well. When you do the hand connective tissue class, it affects all the way up through your forearms, up through your elbows, your shoulders, and your neck.
Interesting. That is just so interesting to me that really it's all connected, isn't it?
It is.
From head to toe.
Yeah, it really is.
It's amazing.
So I would say for anybody having neck issues, so for your husbands, and that's pretty low as far as getting husbands involved.
Yeah.
It's not very,
it's not easy. He supports me in anything I want to do. But to get him on the mat.
I'm trying to look for the right word, but it's, it's not a big deal to roll a squash ball under your hand, right? Like
No, exactly.
It's not a class about Lakshmi, or we're not talking about forgiveness. It's like rolling a squash ball under your hand.
Exactly. And my husband's a carpenter, and he's works physically.
Oh, he's using his hands all day.
All day.
Oh, he definitely. This should be part of his daily routine.
Really?
He probably, once he tries it, he'll probably start doing this.
Okay.
He might even start carrying one of those around and even just doing a little bit of throughout the day, just rolling it around.
That's a good idea. I'll tell him that.
Yeah. Tim has a ball right under his desk, and I see him every once in a while. Yeah. See what you're doing?
Yeah.
And even just do that.
Really? He could, my husband could sit watching TV and do this, and it would help?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. I will tell him that. Because, he comes home. I mean, God love him. He's so tired, and he gets in his chair.
Yeah.
And he just doesn't move. And the older he gets.
Yeah, which is like almost the worst thing. But so if you can I know, but that's what men do.
I know.
Their version of going into the cave, right?
I know. And I just try to, I just like him to, if he's resting, so I let him be,
Yeah.
But his shoulder, he slipped on the ice and he fell and he whacked it. Kind of went back, and it was already sore. It's coming back. He's getting better and better, but he's very sore. So I will tell him. I will show him.
Yeah, maybe even you learn it and show it to him, right?
I will. Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
And then in this section, I think, let's see. I'm trying to think with that heart opening restorative one. It may have been, let me see. Do you think you might recognize it if you came to it? Was it maybe this restorative class for anxiety? Because it's all about the heart meridian. I'm just looking at that.
It might have been, because I did it over the summer when my father-in-law was living with us. And I had so much anxiety when he was with us. He didn't live very long. What happened was he moved in with us because he was 88 years old, and he just couldn't be alone. So we moved him in with us, and it was fine. And then he ended up finding out he had stomach cancer.
Oh gosh!
Shortly after his wife passed, and she collapsed and didn't recover from heart surgery. But she was 84, and then he came down, found out that he had cancer, and so anyways, I was taking him I had the summer off, so it worked out nicely as far as I was able to care for him and take him to his classes and whatnot. I mean, his treatments, but I had a lot of anxiety because I was so nervous for him, and so that was when I really started to get into the yoga over the summer too, because I needed I needed an outlet. I was so anxious all the time.
Yeah.
And that heart restorative, if that's the one I remember doing it and just feeling fantastic after I did it.
Does it look familiar?
It does, yeah.
So it's in the anxiety series.
Okay.
It's
yeah, it was more than a half hour. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 41 minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is why it's not showing up on the DYC for you too.
Because it's not quick, right?
Yeah. And then so this is another one that I was gonna suggest is a good one and a nice balance probably for Kapha and Pitta, which is this one. Have you done this one? The standing Qigong one for the heart?
Yes, I think I have.
Yeah, it's really great because you're moving, which is what Kaphas need to do, but you're moving in such a really beautiful, gentle way that you're not going to get your Pitta fiery thing going too much. So it's got that heart massage in it.
I don't think I've actually done this class, but I've done Qigong at the studio that I haven't been going, but I did it for about 6 months.
Yeah, so this isn't necessarily Qigong. It's just inspired by Qigong because I'm not trained in Qigong, but I've kind of taken like some Qigong movements and combined them with yoga.
Yeah, I've done some of your other classes where you've done that.
Mm-hmm. I would put this on your list too. People love this class.
Okay, and what is this one? Oh, standing. Okay.
It's the standing qigong inspired heart flow. They're both in the yoga for anxiety section, in the
Okay.
short video section. So if you come to the short videos and go to the yoga for anxiety series, they're the first 2 classes in those.
Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah, and this standing qigong one is a favorite. It's unfortunate. It's just I've got to be more careful when I make classes that they're just those ones were just a little too long for the DYC, and then that's what ends up happening. They get forgotten because they don't end up showing up on there.
Oh, see, I like those. So I see that you have the Kapha, Pitta, and Vata classes, season transition videos.
Yeah. So based on what you're telling me, you don't come in here. You don't come into these short videos.
No, I don't think I have. No brain yoga. I've never. No, I haven't.
I know you come in here. They're great.
I will. Now, how did you get to this again? Where is this?
Come back to. So once you go past your daily practice section in the DYC, so
Right.
this is actually all your content that you get exclusively as a member. The posture pranayama section, and these are the classes. These classes here are the classes that you get for being members. These are the ones that I have with that were used, the soft foam roller and the squash balls and stuff.
Okay.
So hamstring rescue, shavasana class, Guillaume, neck class, Anita chest pose. These are really great classes. Those are amazing classes. And then what I went to after that, where I was thinking, so I don't think you've been in any of these sections. So next time you sit down with your laptop and kind of go through, come in and look at these. These are long videos, and this section tends to be a little bit more my older classes, although there are some newer ones too. Next time you have 2 hours, come in here. There's a 2-hour long restorative yoga class in here.
Wow.
Which is nice.
I bet, yeah.
And then there's this intelligent core class, which is a very popular one. Lots of great. Now these ones are interesting. Like these ones are very much these long classes. A lot of them have a very therapeutic focus for them, so they can be quite interesting. Like yoga for cyclists, you might think, oh, I'm not a cyclist or I'm not a runner, but if you have legs, I say do them. Same with the knees.
I have legs.
Exactly. Yoga for herniated discs. If you have a back, I say, if you have a core, this is a great class for core. People are like, oh, what about core strength? Same with sciatica. Yoga for grounding, great class. SI joint, if you do yoga, you need to do this class because it'll teach you how to keep your SI joints safe. Anxiety class. I
love the anxiety classes.
It was very popular. Posture, great one for your core. These ones were some of my first videos back when I even made DVDs. Upper back, neck, and shoulders. There's a 1 and a 2. Very popular classes. They were long ones. I'm thinking you're not going to need the prenatal videos.
No, I'm past that. I'm going to be 50 this year. Yay, 50. I'm very flexible, but I do not have any core strength. So that's what I'm also,
Yeah.
I like the movement stuff, but I need to work on my core. So
there's the yoga for posture is good for that. And then, so I think you hadn't been in any of these.
No, I've scanned over them, but I haven't spent a lot of time doing any of them.
If you want this brain yoga for standing balancing postures, another really great one for core strength and very, very leading edge movement stuff in there.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Shoulder short videos. Those are great for the mornings.
Okay.
Hippie shorts, again, short videos, great for the morning. So those show up a lot in the DYCs though. This one, strength building series.
Okay.
An older one, but there's a core strengthening one in here.
Yeah, there it is, 37 minutes. Okay. Excellent.
And what else is in here? This one I'm been pointing out recently. It's been coming up recently. The menopause series. If you're a woman, you belong somewhere on the spectrum, either perimenopause, menopause, postmenopause, and if you have bones, you need the osteoporosis class, right?
Right. Yeah, I got bones.
Everybody's got bones.
You got bones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you have so much
I know.
content. It's amazing.
I know.
It's amazing.
That's why we really haven't been making new content, because
why? It's beautiful.
It.
You have so much, and you know, and the vlogs that you do and all of that is just fantastic too. And
this is another good one for core, the third chakra. Because I don't know if you've done anything around the chakras yet. It doesn't really sound like you have.
No, I haven't. I'm really just, I think I really feel like I'm only treading at the top. I haven't.
That's okay. That's okay. So this is right around your navel center. So that will definitely have stuff for your core strength in it. Third chakra.
Okay.
This is a lovely little series, the 5 bhavas, or the attitudes of devotion. Gorgeous little series. Yeah. And that's in the short section. And this is another little, really great, beautiful little series too. I mean, they're not little, they're all 5-day series, but they're short classes, the Kosha series, where you go through all the layers of the body. This one actually might be really quite interesting to you because you do the live class, and people refer to this series a lot in the live class.
Okay.
You talk about your physical body, your mental body, your emotional body, your energetic body, and this one goes through it in a class series.
Okay. I remember you talking about that. Yeah.
So I think
nice because then I can do my own series.
Yeah.
I like that.
So whereas in the DYC, you might only get one of the classes in a series, you could actually come in here and do more like an intensive.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. A lot of things to think about. Excellent.
But you don't have to do this all right away. You have infinite time and no ambition, right?
I have a list.
You have a list that hopefully is like my content list, that we're in no rush to finish.
No rush. I watched a Just Like Me video last night. I was watching it. I think it was the most recent one, and you referred to it as crockpot yoga.
Yeah. It was so great. Yeah, we're doing the slow simmer thing here.
That's it.
Because think about how good things taste when they come out of the crock pot, right?
Right on. Yep.
When you put something on high heat, it doesn't usually turn out that good.
No, exactly.
We're the slows. We should.
Low and slow.
Maybe I should trademark that.
Yeah.
Low and slow. We're going low and slow over here. That's us.
Hey, it works. I'm definitely getting stronger. I when I was doing that yoga, the courage yoga yesterday, holding the warrior pose, and I mean, I got it, man. I am strong legs. I'm rooted, working on my tree pose.
And I mean, every time I listen to all of you guys, I've been listening to Alice has been planting the seeds about she does her chair pose when she brushes her teeth.
Oh, I like that.
Now I'm standing in my bathroom and I'm thinking about Alice when I'm brushing my teeth. And I'm thinking, she does chair pose when she brushes her teeth.
That's pretty cool.
That seed has been planted. And I was like, last night I'm sitting in my chair pose, brushing my teeth.
That's a good, I'll have to start doing that myself.
It's a good one. I think it's a good one.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
So we all inspire each other.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. And sharing the ideas is, sharing ideas on the forum is great. Yeah.
That's what I mean. Or like Lucille posts about her practice when she practices, and she practices several times a day, and she's been planting seeds for me for a long time, and now I've started to come back to my mat second time a day when I have the energy. If I'm too tired, I don't. But if I have enough energy at the end of the day, she's inspired me now to come back a second time, and it feels it's really helping me sleep.
Yes.
So yeah, I think when you post on the forum, it really does help inspire other people. Don't think that you're just talking to me or you're not. What you say doesn't make a difference. It does. You're planting seeds.
Sure. And I read what people write, so
Yeah.
Your invitation for me to be a moderator was excellent. And I loved doing it, so I'm looking forward to doing it again.
Yeah, you did a great job, and
thanks. I was nervous because I didn't think I really had the knowledge to do it, but it's really not about knowledge. I think it's about inspiring people and learning, and I'm learning.
But we trained you, right?
Yes, I felt ready to do it. Yeah, absolutely. And just being a part of the DYC helped me to feel like I could do it.
Yeah, and did you feel like your commitment to your practice went up by being asked to be a moderator?
Oh, yes.
That's the trade-off, right? Like it allows you to be more committed to your practice, and you get a deeper week out of it too. And by reading about everybody else's practice, I think you reflect more deeply on your own practice too.
Absolutely. And definitely. And I made me want to be more committed to it and come back to my mat more often. Just like you said, I'm doing all of that. And I was a little bit all over the place, and I'm a little less all over the place now.
So it's focused your practice.
Maybe, focused. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, we appreciate you. It makes a big difference having a good sized team of moderators, because it helps to share the work, right? Many hands make light work.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think it's important, like you said, to acknowledge people, when they're practicing and when they take the time to, comment and whatnot. It's important.
It's huge, right?
Yeah.
If you post something and it goes out into a void, it's like, well, why am I posting?
Exactly.
I'll comment on somebody's YouTube channel or Facebook page a few times, but if they don't comment back, I think, why am I doing this?
Right.
They obviously don't care.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But I don't feel that way with you. You seem like you know what's going on in your
because we respond.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, and this too, doing these just like me videos, it made me feel like, wow, she knows who I am. This is great.
Of course I know who you are. You come on Mondays and
I do.
You're moderating and you comment, and
I love it.
Yeah, we do know who you are, and we do appreciate you, and it makes a huge difference to us that you're there. And like, don't think for a minute that we don't appreciate all of you. If all of you weren't here, then we wouldn't be doing what we're doing. And Tim and I would have to go and get a job. And that would be awful, because we really like doing this. And I think we're meant to be doing this too. You see us doing this, and I just can't imagine us doing anything else. I really do think we're meant to be doing this. I mean, I say that
I love it.
But having your support and being able to be here, living here, doing this, and supporting this community in this way, supporting people to be able to do yoga in this way, in a way that's meaningful and changing lives. Like yesterday, we got this email. Oh, I can probably show it. Okay, I know this is your interview. Is this okay?
Absolutely. No, it's all good. It's all good. Okay. I love it, because I'm learning all the time.
Okay, I'll show this, because to me, this was like, the email says, real yoga for real people. She says, it's from Valerie. She says, I live with chronic back pain, opioids, and work for a living. Long story short, I listened to your videos for a while I lie in bed, imagining someday being able to participate. I cry, I smile, I breathe. My daughter took this picture of my grandson playing yoga with grandma while reading his latest favorite book. I have worked in libraries since 1998. It was a wonderful experience. This is practicing yoga on and off the mat as I took your practices to heart. life isn't perfect. The one time I attempted yoga physically, not in my mind, my daughter hoped I could do it with peace and quiet. I did it in my own way. I didn't need a quiet room devoid of interruptions. That's just not how it works in my world. And I think it's just not how it works in all of our worlds, right? Like, I'll be practicing yoga and it's not like a sanctuary here. Let me just put it that way. I wanted to share this unphotoshopped picture with you. This is what I want to share with all of you guys. Thank you. And it's from Valerie Dean. And she says, I apologize for typing a quirky email, but I'm in bad pain since physical therapy and it was a very emotional email for her. And I was so touched by this because it was so real. So I'm going to share the photo with you guys now.
Was she a member?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So there she is. Come on. So she's following the video. The room is like, okay, that's what my room usually looks like when I'm doing it.
Right.
Much as I would love my room to be perfectly clean and tidy, it never usually is.
Right.
And then there's her grandson on the mat with her, and she's reading the book and doing the class because that's how life is, right?
Exactly.
It's never going to be all perfect. Nothing's all going to be always put away, and the kids aren't going to be off and tucked away and you're not going to have a whole hour to yourself, but you're still doing your yoga, right?
Right. And that's a really good point because sometimes, you don't get the perfect situation and you just have to do what you can with what you have, where you are.
Yeah. If you're waiting for the perfect situation, guess what?
Right.
You're always going to be waiting.
Exactly.
This is like the most inspiring email I've received.
Yeah. And it's a yoga lifestyle, you talk about, and yeah.
I just love this, right? She's actually reading the book to her grandson. You can just see this, right? Read, Grandma, read.
Yeah.
She's reading it while she's doing
Yeah. Hey, yoga for real people. This is as real as it gets.
It doesn't get more real than that.
That's awesome.
Anyway, Annette, it's been such a pleasure talking to you.
Oh, you too. Thank you so much for inviting me. It was fun. I love watching these Just Like Me videos, so I'm excited.
Are they great?
Yeah, they're great. They are great. I always take notes when I watch them too, because I love to hear what people, I just love to watch I like to hear what people like to watch, the yoga videos that they're enjoying.
Yeah.
Books they're reading
I loved your list too.
Thank you.
You just have this kind of inspiration list. It's a great idea.
Yeah. And then when you did Madeline's Just Like Me, and you talked about the spice milk.
The turmeric, yeah.
I make that a couple nights a week. I've made that a few times now. It's very nice.
Do you find it helps you sleep at night?
Yes. Yeah. Yep. Sometimes I'll do it on Monday nights after meditation.
Oh, wow. What a treat.
That's what I really love to do.
Monday nights.
I'm sorry?
Mondays are like spa night now.
Yes. My best night.
Very nice. Well, thank you. There's my darling home now.
Very nice. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. I will see you.
Bye. Bye-bye. Thank you. Night.